Obviously, the biggest highlight, of course, of Raw on Monday. We have the big main event, of course, between Seth Rollins and CM Punk, cage match, Madison Square Garden. I mean, you can't ask anything better than that. Of course, the highlight of the whole match was that Roman Reigns comes back. Basically Seth Rollins wins the match by virtue of Roman Reigns dragging his ass out of the ring. Okay, and gave him a Superman punch and then a spear and all that stuff. Roman Reigns. Let me tell you right now, watching that whole thing. I've seen both the videos, like obviously with WWE's programming. I've also seen raw videos of people who has filmed Roman Reigns' entrance to the ring. That New York crowd. I mean, historically, Rob, the New York crowds are extremely honest. If they don't like you, they're gonna let you know. They're gonna let you know.
Yeah.
That crowd was hot on Monday.
Dude, you could tell on the show. I knew he was coming out. I knew exactly when he was coming out.
Right.
Because they were like 2 inches away from Seth's face in the Zoom, but the crowd was going bonkers.
Yep.
So it's like, well, obviously, I think I know what's about to happen.
Did you know it was Roman? Did you know right it was Roman coming out?
I was 90% sure. I mean, with Punk and Seth in the ring, I'm like, well, it's going to be Roman.
Yeah. You talk about. Go ahead, Rob. What you gonna say?
Yeah, I mean, because there was a point where I thought they might just finish the match themselves, but
yeah,
once they started doing the finisher spamming and kicking out of everything, then it was it became kind of obvious. Okay, well, they're not going to actually finish the match here. They're on their own because they're kicking out of each other's finishers like 8 times, and so
and also, you know what another hint was that someone was going to interfere. Thank you. Was that they kept teasing the door. They're like, "Hey, you want to walk out? You want to walk out? You want to walk out?" Reminding the audience that, hey, this door opens really flipping easily. Like, see, you could walk in if you want to.
Yeah. If you want to, of course, yes.
So I was like, oh yeah, somebody's coming in, and my gut told me it was Roman.
Yeah.
What I love about this right now, this build of WrestleMania, especially too, and you see with this story as well. I love the open-endedness of everything going on in this whole feud. Not just with obviously Cena turning, to be facing Cody at WrestleMania, but of course the Punk Seth feud. We have where Roman fits in all this stuff. The Rock where he puts all this stuff. There's so many questions that still to be answered, and we're not gonna know for a while, obviously. And I love the fact that this whole thing right now, after watching on Monday night, long-term storytelling in play. Seth Rollins is getting his comeuppance from 11 years ago. Roman owes Seth, an ass whooping from, the Shield breaking up, of course, and whatnot. And then, of course, you see during the time when Roman is beating the shit out of Seth in the middle of the ring, here comes CM Punk, who's obviously, disheveled from the match. You see Paul Heyman going inside the ring and consoling him. And, of course, if you guys know, Paul Heyman and CM Punk have history. He was an advocate for CM Punk back in 2013, 2014. So, yeah, that story to tell now, too, also. I think what Hunter is doing here is cooking. I don't know where this is going to go. I don't know if Roman is going to ditch Heyman. Maybe he doesn't ditch Heyman. I don't know where it is, but where it's going right now, I love where we're at right now in this story currently.
Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, because obviously him and he's gonna have words with Paul about just what exactly what you're doing in there with him. And of course, there's the matter of Punk still got the favor to ask for. So, obviously, it's going to end up being. It looks pretty obvious. It's going to end up being a triple threat. So,
is it that obvious though?
Oh yeah, they're not doing this.
I don't know about that. I don't know.
Come on, man. Come on.
Then where does one of them end up?
Roman Reigns in a triple threat match, though. I mean,
because if not, I mean, there's
no. He did it. How else do you stack, smash, and pin him?
So look, I mean, if you do just Roman versus Seth, then what's Punk gonna do? All right.
We may get a triple threat match before WrestleMania. Who knows? The way we're looking at it now, because we thought Seth and Punk was obvious after Elimination Chamber, and they're fighting on Raw. Who knows? Maybe we get that match before WrestleMania. I don't know. Anything's possible.
Roman is not wrestling on TV before WrestleMania. That's not happening.
You sure? No, I don't think so.
No. Okay.
0.0, Rob. 0.0 shot.
Say again.
0.0% chance that happens.
he wrestled on TV at the beginning of the year. Okay,
That's true. On the debut of Netflix, right?
and I mean it's yeah. I mean no, that he's not gonna. I mean unless they look, he's not gonna wrestle Seth or Punk on TV. I mean, unless he might walk to the ring and murder some jobber or something. I mean,
Yeah.
but I mean, yeah, he's not going to have. He's not going to. He's not going to do anything. He's not going to have a match of any import between now and then. And no, they're going to be fighting. But yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty. Yeah, there's going to be a triple threat because if it's a one-on-one match, then whoever gets left out literally has nothing. And you're not going to just have any of those three guys just not be on the show. Okay, I mean,
I think I'm wish casting here because
Yeah.
Rob, you already know my disdain for true threat matches. I don't like it at all. I think it's lazy. But I think it's lazy book in my opinion. To be honest with you, I think
that's you and Jim Cornette. Okay,
yeah. The only reason why I'm throwing doubt in this thing too also is that we still have 6 weeks of booking, 6 weeks of creative left. And look, I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong. I'm just saying that given how open everything is right now, it would not shock me that they may resolve at least a portion of this feud before WrestleMania.
I don't.
I think they're just building towards the triple threat. I mean,
Yeah,
they're definitely doing. Seth and Roman has to happen at WrestleMania at this point because, like you were saying,
Yeah,
Seth has never Roman's never gotten his pound of flesh for the Shield. It's never happened. Moxley has pinned Seth for a title. Like they had their whole thing, and every time Roman and him have clashed, it kind of it leaves you wanting more. So, and obviously with the result of last year at WrestleMania, with Seth's opening the Shield wound again, resulting in Roman losing the title,
yeah.
like that, it's just got to happen at this point. And the only exception to my whole thing of that it's got to be one-on-one is, well, yeah, if you bring the guy who brought the Shield into the match and add him like a ton of gasoline that individually he has with those guys, yeah, now we're cooking. And I think we're headed straight to a triple threat. I wouldn't be shocked if that's the night one main event.
Oh, you
yeah.
see, it'd be a main event. Okay,
Oh yeah, yeah.
okay. No, I'm not
Oh
opposed to
yeah.
it.
Oh,
Again,
Yep.
I'm trying to.
CM Punk gets his monkey's paw WrestleMania main event. You finally did it, Punker. You
yeah.
finally did it. You get your main event. You are in the main event of WrestleMania night one because you made that crack while you were over there in AEW with the night one of an Electric Boogaloo twofer or whatever.
Yeah,
So you're going to main event night one, and you're going to be on the bottom of the Smash Stack and Pin Part Two.
Look, because I don't care what lip service Punk plays about. Well, it's okay. It's not a big deal anymore. That man absolutely wants to main event WrestleMania.
and he
Okay.
probably should. And he probably should.
Okay, but also, Roman. Look, me and Jason love Roman. He's our favorite guy. But we both know that Roman is going to pull every lever possible to make sure he's in the main event. Okay, on night one. Okay, he is not just going to say, okay, I think somebody else can have it this year. I mean, he ain't doing that. Okay, um, so yeah, they will likely main event night one. Yes,
He,
and
he has the record for most main events, right, in WrestleMania history, right? If I'm
yeah, and he
mistaken.
wants to keep adding
Yeah.
to it, which I
Yeah,
don't blame him. Yes, he will.
Yeah.
like
I
I think 11,
mean,
I think 10 or 11 now. I think is his main
I think
event. Or
I
close
think
to.
it's 10. I think it's 10 because
That's crazy, isn't it?
last year counted 2. So
That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah, he doubled the number on.
Yeah, because
yeah,
he broke the record on night one.
Right.
yeah, and so yeah, he wants to keep adding to it. He wants to put that far and away where no one else can get to it. Okay, he absolutely does. He's competitive like that. So um, and look, well, put it this way: if it's not a triple threat, the only way it's not a triple threat is if one of them is the special referee. Okay,
Right.
all three of them are going to be in the ring
Yeah.
together. Okay,
Yeah.
one way or another.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And Punk has never, really cross, Roman, CM Punk started this whole thing against Roman by getting on that podcast however many years ago. Then there's never been a symbolic of kiss the ring kind of thing with that either. And these guys are political like that and want to get theirs. Like those three guys especially.
Oh, yeah.
And Punk, again, congratulations. You are walking across the one bridge that miraculously rebuilt itself after you burnt it. And all the other bridges are but a distant memory of smoldering ash.
I have to say,
So
too, Jason,
enjoy.
Right.
So when we tell you the morning of that you're going to be on the bottom of the smash, stack, and pin, you go, yes, sir. I'll get right out there.
Although I will say, to Punk's defense, I was obviously very cold on him coming to WWE. This has been a good run so far. This has been a good
No,
run.
I have to give him credit. So far so good to be, and the matches have been pretty damn good, to be honest.
Yeah, I got to give it to him. He's been a good citizen. He's been over. I would like to see a CM Punk heel turn at some point, and maybe we get that with this whole Paul Heyman thing. If indeed, I mean, where do you think that goes? Because obviously you teased the Heyman thing. Where do you think that's going to go, guys?
I don't think.
I think maybe the favor is as stupid as it's what gets him in the match with him and Seth.
Yeah. And
maybe it's like we're way overthinking it. Like, oh, maybe he's gonna get Paul Heyman as his advocate and whatnot. It's like even that's stretching the okay. It's a favor, guys. He's not gonna be like, well, you have to stab Roman in the back. It's like, no, I'll loan you $10,000. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, and I don't think we're getting a Punk heel turn because
he's really over right now too. Also, really over.
I don't think you're not going to get there are some opponents that he yes, when he's in there with Roman and Seth, people will be cheering for them also, and so he won't be getting cheered as much. But they tried turning him heel in 2012, and it did not take. Okay, it really didn't. So it's just I don't think it's not happening. I mean, yeah.
So you're saying that the whole Heyman Punk thing in the ring we saw is nothing more than a smokescreen?
No, I think Jason's right. I think we're overthinking. I think he's going to go to Paul to get him in the match some kind of way, and that's it. Either that, it's either that, or it's either to get him in the match, or sometime later on this year he's going to get Heyman to get him a title shot at Cena once Cena's champ.
So what we're saying here then, really, basically, the next 5 weeks, basically, Roman Reigns will not be involved in the title picture, at least for the time being.
Well, no, well they're holding it off as long as you can because once you put him in it, put him in the title match,
he's in. Yeah,
I mean,
you got to commit.
Yeah, and then also, I mean, because I think if I'm him at this point after that run he had, either I'm going to hold the belt or I'm not. I'm not going to, I don't want. If I'm him, I'm not interested in some title shot where he doesn't win, where I don't win. So, if you want me to hold the belt again, then put me in the match and give me the belt. If you don't want me though, if you don't want me holding the belt, then give me some other stuff to do. I think that's where he is right now. I don't think he's interested in title shots where he doesn't win. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what's funny though? I was watching the obviously him come out and seeing the crowd reaction to him, and I had watched WWE is doing all their rankings and stuff. They're doing the top 50 WrestleMania matches of all time. That they're at 37 right now currently, and I watched a couple of the ones they had in the 40s. And I know one match was the Brock and Roman match from Mania 31, the Heist. And watching the crowd who did not take to Roman at the time, and didn't take to Roman for the whole run until obviously the heel turn in 2020, and then watching him now, I was like, damn, it's like you look at Roman today, you can't go back to that Roman ever again. It really can't. It doesn't work anymore because the Roman you have now that you have for the last 5 years, even right now being a quote unquote babyface, is still better than what he was doing as the big dog before 2020, and you can't go back to that. To me, that thing is so foreign now to me. I can't. I look at it, it's like, wow, that doesn't.
It's what I've said about this dude for years and years and years, even before the heel turn. I was like, he's never gonna be Superman, despite the move. He's never John Cena, Hulk Hogan, they were Superman.
Correct.
This guy's got to be Batman, and that's what he is right now. With this pseudo babyface run.
Yeah. No, so I think for he's a babyface now in that I don't think he's going to be cheating to win matches, and I don't
He's
think.
a protagonist.
Well, no, I think he's a babyface in terms of tactics. He doesn't. He's not cheating,
Yes.
and he's not jumping people. Unless it's retaliation for something.
Right.
And those are like the subtle differences. Those are the things that people miss when they're talking about somebody's a babyface or a heel. It's not what you say during promos. It's not your demeanor or whatever. It's how it's your actions, right? Do you win fair and square? Do you cheat? Do you attack people for no reason? Um, and he's not
Yeah,
doing
this
it.
this Roman will cheat as much as his opponents do.
Yeah, like yeah. I mean, if you slide the chair in the ring and try to use it, and he gets the drop on you, then
He
he'll
will.
hit
He
you.
will. He will use it. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
he's not. But he's not going to go out there and get it first. And
exactly.
Right.
and
But I
which
mean, there are some baby faces who would be like, "No, I'm kicking the chair out of the ring." Roman's like, "Okay, you asked for it."
I mean, and I
Oh, he
guess
ain't
I
doing
mean,
that. No. Yeah, I agree.
look, I mean, I grew up on Dusty Road. Dusty Rhodes absolutely would use the chair if you brought it in the ring.
Well, fair.
Okay,
But someone Hogan though.
yeah, if you
Someone babyface Hogan too.
All
and
right, fair enough. Fair
and
enough.
well, it's lost in a lot of modern day fans because a lot of modern day fans they think if you talk with some bass in your voice that you're turning heel. Uh,
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
true. That's true.
um,
Yeah,
you know, uh,
Soft.
right? I mean, it's just yeah, no, it's but again, I grew up, on people like Dusty and Hogan and Jerry Lawler and the Road Warriors when they were baby faces, and
Yeah. Yeah.
it all came down to how they won matches and how and when they attacked people and stuff like that.